It all went from there.
We lucked out. As the years went by, we were able to open up for like Leonard Skinner, My Hatchet, and 38 Special. And actually, one of my favorites that we opened up for was Keith Urban.
Really?
And, a very talented guy. And so we were able to become pretty locally popular.
Oh,
and then we played for about 26 years, 27 years. And then we just decided that our lives got busy. We kind of all went our own way, took care of family stuff and, having kids and whatnot. And then all of us playing in other bands and really giving Poison Whiskey a break because we didn't want to kind of drive it into the ground, We felt like we needed a break.
You just had to step back from it.
Yeah, and then it's been 7 years, so thankfully the guys are, want to get back together and do some shows, and we hope to do like 4 or 5 shows each year, prime, places. And
well, now you opened for these magnificent bands.
Yes.
How did you find the temperament of the bands with you opening? I mean, you got to know them. And
that's interesting. We played down in Virginia, Springfield, Virginia, with Marshall Tucker Band. I'll never forget. Every dog has their day, and we had our day. It was the Road Ducks, I think. I can't remember if it was Marsh Tucker and us. We went on first, and I remember we played Freebird, and thankfully it went real well. And we kind of took the stage, and the other bands weren't real happy with us, and I took that as a compliment, and they wouldn't even let us in the sound booth or nothing when we were done playing. They made us.
That is a compliment.
So we're giving autographs to the crowd.
That's a compliment.
Yeah, so I took it as a compliment.
Well, you're playing in their sandbox. And
also there were bands that we looked up to. I mean, as a kid, I remember listening to the Marsh Tucker Band.
But then you come along, you have a good talent, you have a good product, and they're going, oh boy, look, listen to these, So the timeline now moves from the 1980s. Now you've decided, okay, we're kind of like tapped out here for a bit. We got to step back, take a break from it. So what got you back together? Now let's fast forward a little bit here. So what brought it all back in the focus?
Larry, you want to?
And we have Larry Brantley right here. Larry.
Johnny has always been, pretty much wanting to carry on the music, and so small sideline project, Moonshine Blind, that we do together.
Yep.
And then Johnny decided to each year, thinking back about all the fun we used to have. In the old days, there was a lot of musical camaraderie between several bands. So he decided to have an annual get-together where everybody that used to play music would get together and play music together.
And that's also on one of our dates, so we're doing it again this year. Four bands.
Annual party.
All right, we have Tim. Where's Tim Ruck?
I'm right here.
Tim, now how long have you been with the band?
Originally I was with them for about 10 years.
So you were one of the original members.
Yeah, and then Johnny, like Johnny says, we took a break for a while, and I got into another band. As a matter of fact, my other band is opening for this band on a couple of shows.
Beg to differ. Very good band.
Beg to differ's opening. So
now, are you going to hate them too?
No. We didn't hate them other band. They hated us.
Now, we've all been really good friends for a long time, and it's going to be fun to get together with everybody and just go out and just jam.
All right, let's come over here to Brad Blizzard. Brad, what brought you into the band?
Well, like I said, like Johnny was saying, I was in a lot of other bands prior to this one, and I would go out to see these guys, and it was just, they were one of the top bands, and it was exciting, and I always wanted to be a part of it. And fortunately, I got to be a part of it. So,
and you do the paradiddle, you're on the drums.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep, since probably the late 90s.
No, well, there you go. Ron Loomis.
Yes, indeed.
Where's Ron Loomis?
I'm hiding.
Right over here. Now, are you bass?
Yes, I am. That's correct.
That looks familiar to me.
Down the bottom end.
I would say. So, Ron, tell us about your involvement with the band.
It's kind of a short, long story. A friend of mine that plays drums, their bass player decided not to show up one night, and he gave me a call, asked me if I was doing anything. And I said no. He says, well, we're playing up this place up, I think it was near the Harley Davidson plant. And he gave me directions to get there, so I rode up there, and of course I got lost. The directions they gave me were bad, and I ended up in Gettysburg, so I make a phone call to the bar, and they said, where are you at? I said, Gettysburg. He said, Gettysburg? I said, yeah. He said, oh, you missed us by about 5-10 miles. I was like, oh, okay. So by the time I got there.
Oh, you're only off by a couple of blocks.
Yeah, so by the time I got there, but once I got there and they settled in and started playing and stuff, a week or so later, they called me up and asked me if I wanted a job, and of course I accepted it. Because,
All right, very
this is the
cool.
Boys and Whiskey Band.
Right, there you go, Boys and Whiskey. Oh my gosh! All right, so of all the venues locally, locally, I mean, you play most of them around this entire region. And you all, musicians, groups, they all have that room, that one that, oh man, we really sounded great in there. Well, what venues stand out?
Jeez, that's a good question. We always enjoyed doing like the bike weeks and the bike events. They were a lot of fun for us. But as in the clubs to play at, I mean, geez, what do you guys think? I really.
Well, I know one that used to be a Mexican restaurant. Now I think it's a Remax.
What was that called?
I can't remember the name of the place, but we used to pack that place. I mean, if the fire marshal ever came in there, I don't think he would be writing the fine for somebody, because we used to pack him in that place.
Fiestas, yeah,
Oh,
that was
man,
right
that
down there on
used to be
140.
one of my favorites.
Yeah, absolutely.
There was a lot of people in that one.
And you still remember those days?
Oh yeah, not really. Just in the slave days.
Yeah, okay.
Lucky guys.
Well, we're going to go over this 2018 summer reunion tour. Well, first of all, speaking of the reunion tour, so you all decided to get back together. Now, okay, who initiated it? How did it all come back together now? So let's fast forward to now.
I mean, I guess I initiated it in general, and we got a lot of emails from people always asking, "Hey, when are you guys going to do something?" And we always appreciated the support we got, locally, So just basically, I've been playing with Larry and Brad in another band, so talk to these guys and ended up wanting to get the rest of them together, and we pulled Timmy out of his band to come back, and Ron has been playing in some other bands. I pulled him out
And you got
for
Brad,
these shows.
and Brad came on board with you.
Brad's been not only on board, but he was in Moonshine Blind, the other band we play in. So we have been currently playing a lot, us three.
Yeah, so you haven't lost your steps. And so now you're back together, and we're going to go over the tour. We're going to let everybody know you have five shows coming up. We're going to go over that, but come on, give us some Poison Whiskey sampling from back in the day. That, gentlemen, I'll tell you, that is really great. Poison Whiskey Band. Oh, wow, I'll tell you. So how many times now, okay, you've gotten back together. The reunion is in place. You're all ready to rock and roll and do this again. Now, are you just going to do the 5 shows? Now, they're spaced out here. One coming up in June, one in July, August, September. Then you have a New Year's Eve bash coming up. So is this just a 5-shot and... let's see where it goes from here, or are you looking at other things coming up?
Yes, for this year, this is the 5 shows, and we're hoping that that it goes well.
Mm-hmm.
And
I'm sure it will.
We would like to do it every year. Pick certain venues. We don't want to get back into the bar scene or anything like that, but venues that are kind of different than the bar scene. Like the Coon Club, the first one, and then the Carroll County Fair will be there. And,
oh my God, the Coon Club!
And
whoa,
the Coon Club.
Gettysburg Bike Week. So we're stuff like that. We're just a little different than what we've normally played. But I hope it all goes well. We'll keep doing it, every year.
And now, back in the day, up here in Westminster, there was a place they called the Pit.
Oh, we played there a lot.
I was just going to ask you about that. Yeah.
That might be one of the top ones I enjoy playing. When you bring that up, that was one of our favorites. That was.
I forgot about that one.
I know. Purposely forgot about that. The owner used to shoot fireworks off in the place while we were playing inside. Roman candles. I mean, it was crazy.
What a fun bunch! Now, did you ever play down? Where have you played? Notably down in the Baltimore area. Some of the areas.
We played Hammerjacks.
No, of course. I mean,
Cancun.
Yeah, Cancun Cantina. That's where we played with Keith Urban.
Yeah.
And Hammerjacks, we played, I think, 38 Special out there. And,
Wow.
and,
Which location? I mean, the original location.
yeah, we're going back the old location. Yeah. So it was,
Wow, yeah, Cancun Cantina. My gosh, because I was living down that way and I was working down that way at the time. So yeah, it comes back. And now, so you're getting ready for this summer reunion tour. Now, okay, you're getting ready for this, and this is your kickoff is June 23rd. It's going to be a Saturday evening over at the Coon Club.
that's right.
Yeah, right over there in
Hampstead.
Hampstead.
Yeah.
You know, technically yes, and right there at Coon Club Road. And you know, I've been to a couple of events there. Good room. I think you're going to have a great time there. Have you ever played there?
Yes, we've played there a couple times. And this particular show was the start of their summer outdoor series of music. So it'll be, they'll have once a month other bands coming in. Some good friends of ours, I think, Surreal are playing there the month after we're there. We're the first band to do the summer kickoff there outside.
It is
At-
outside.
brand new stage.
Brand new stage and vendors. It's going to be nice.
Really, at the Coon Club, and let's see, Beg to Differ.
That's Timmy's band. We
Yeah.
playing with us.
Ah.
They're the guest band and with us that night. We
gotta play all
learned
night.
enough music to play a couple sets.
All right,
and
no,
go.
wait a minute.
So we figured we better bring somebody along.
I want to know how
Well, so Timmy has to play all night.
I was gonna say, how you're gonna play in two bands at one time, Tim?
Yep, both
Are
at the same
you?
time. It's going to
Yeah,
be difficult.
Okay.
He requested
Uh-huh.
overtime. So
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, that's like me yodeling and chewing gum at the same time. Sure thing. So the gates will open at 4 o'clock, and you're gonna be putting it out there from 6 until 11.
Yes, sir.
Whoa! And this is going to be Saturday, June 23rd. It's only a $10 admission.
That's it.
Boy, you guys work cheap. Don't we all? I hope he's not listening. But,
It's a $10 admission, but ramps only go up to 11.
and then let's fast forward ahead. July 14th. It's Gettysburg Bike Week at the Pike.
Yeah, that's one of our favorite shows. We did that for years, and I'll tell you, if you guys like that atmosphere, come on out.
Yeah.
You would really enjoy it there.
And Beg to Differ will be that. Means Tim, he's going to be doing double duty again,
yeah,
probably. Yeah. And that's going to be a 7 till midnight gig.
yes, sir.
Okay, let's look ahead now. The Carroll County 4-H FFA Fair. The Carroll County Fair coming up on Friday, August 3rd. You're going to be appearing. And Bootleg is going to be
One of our
alongside.
favorite bands.
Yeah.
Love Bootleg, so they're going to be playing with us.
And you're going to be highlighting 6:30 to 11.
Yes, sir.
Wow, guys, that is really great. So how often do you rehearse? I mean, you guys are getting together and you're putting stuff together here. So obviously you got to get together and put this together.
First
you
one.
know.
Yeah.
This is it. Oh, really? Boy, am I honored.
We rehearse weekly.
Wow, and it's all happening here. Oh man, alive! This is great.
Now we rehearse weekly, and we definitely
Weekly,
need it. So,
WEEKLY.
yeah.
Okay.
Blow the dust off.
yeah, we didn't realize how
Dusty
dusty we were. So.
No, I don't think. Well, I'll tell you what. Before I get to the final two, I don't think you're dusty at all. Let's do something else right here with Boys and Whiskey Band. Here we go.
Been so long since I've been gone. Another day might be too long for me. Traveling around, I had to feel broken dreams and blood again.
Oh, and Tim over there on the keyboard. All right. There you
Tim, good job.
Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. That's Tim.
Larry Brown.
Oh, Larry Bradley on the keyboard. Yeah. Well, yeah, he was doing it by remote control, folks. Sounding great, guys. All right, now let's talk about your last two shows. Oh, man.
Two bands, not two instruments.
So, I mean, okay. Tim, you still over there? Yeah, there he is. Okay, yeah. I just saw some fingers across the keyboard, and I was going to say you must have long arms. Okay, so let's go to Saturday, September 22nd. Now, this is your third annual field party. What field are we talking about?
It's in Limeboro, where I live. My neighbor has a big field behind his house, big garage, and that's where we started this field party. What our intentions were to get all of our buddies that we grew up with, all musicians, together, just to kind of relive what we did back when we were younger. So that's kind of how it all formed, sir. I mean, just about everybody is here, and we've all grew up in the same area, and somehow knew each other intermittently and playing music.
So, field parties. Aren't they fun?
Oh,
they're
Aren't they fun? What is the most bizarre field party you ever played?
Oh, God.
Can you remember?
How much time
You want to take the one in Virginia at the aircraft carrier?
Family music
store? The airplane hangar?
Yeah, it'd be two. It'd be the van show we played. It was like an international van show. I think they had vans from all over the world with that show. That was a pretty nice one. And another one we played, it was a four-wheel drive club. I don't even know where the place was at. It was
West
way in the
Virginia.
boonies.
Yeah.
And we played a field party for them, and they were like, any of you guys want to go for a ride up the mountain in a Jeep? And nobody wanted to volunteer.
In the middle of the night.
Yeah, nobody wanted to volunteer for that one.
Yeah,
That was a great party.
We're in. Ron Loomis right there.
Yeah, it was a
Now,
great party.
so this third annual field party, it's going to you guys, of course, beg to differ. Boy, I'll tell you, Tim's going to be
With
busy.
Tim on
I'm
keyboard.
telling you.
Keyboards and other sort of instruments.
Bounty Hunters.
Bounty Hunters were a band that Larry played in, and we kind of were watching them play before I was even playing music. I was a big fan of these guys. They're buddies of mine. We all went to school together, and I would go watch them on weekends, and I always wanted to play music, but they were like, I was their biggest fan before I even picked up a guitar, or even thought to try to sing.
And then Moonshine Blind will be there too.
Yes, they will.
And the first band starts at 6 o'clock, right up to midnight. Where do you guys come in? Are you who's opening for you? Or
I'm
is
not
it
sure
just,
the order just yet.
or do they just put the order out there when
it's
you
not like
gotta
that.
do it as a group.
Okay,
Yeah, it's
so,
not like an order
it's
who
just-
play. It just really doesn't matter to us. We're all friends, and it's just
All right,
one
so
of-
whoever
one of the jams.
wants
Sometimes they're mixed together.
That's right. Everybody,
everybody.
a lot of guys have played
Okay,
in bands
yeah.
together
And
anyway.
And
I
that
think
does
that's what it was
happen.
about
Yeah,
anyhow.
that happens quite a lot. And then let's talk New Year's Eve. All right, so you have the Big Bash coming up then on New Year's Eve at the Arcadia Fire Hall.
Yes.
Have you ever played there before?
Never played there, but the guy who runs it, Ray Shealy, we used to play his field party every year, and he's been bugging me for years to do
Well,
New
there you
Year's
go.
Eve with him, and
There
we
you
were
go.
like, we'd love to. He took care of us in the old days, and we want to play for his function, and we're looking forward to it.
And why does this not surprise me? Beg to Differ is going to be there.
Are they? I didn't realize they were back again.
and it says here, special guest.
Actually, it was, it
Wow.
was Timmy's wife that made him play twice. She wants twice the money, so it worked out well. So,
And that's that much longer. I don't have to be home with it.
That way I don't have to play keyboards.
Boy, can I tell you some stories about that? Yeah, Oh man,
We're
it's
not
great.
live on Arrow.
did I say that out loud?
Might not get any dinner.
I turned
What
the
dinner's worried about?
between you and us, I turned the transmitters off before you got here. So that's
Awesome.
not at all. This has been a real lot of fun with Poison Whiskey Band back together right here in a great slate of gigs coming up with this summer reunion tour, including the four, and then of course it's hardly summer, but it's New Year's Eve. So hey, this is going to be great, and this is going to be a great time. Now you do have a website, www.poisonwhiskey.com. Is it
.com. Yep.
Where is it here? I had it here just a second ago. There it is. Yeah, poisonwhiskey.com. Not band. You don't put the band in there.
Yeah, we encourage people to go to that site and check it out, and we got pictures of some
From the old days.
And
And
everything when
Won't recognize us.
And
Yeah.
keep in mind, it's also going to be on our website, WTTR.com. This gathering here this morning is going to be on our website at the on-demand page.
Awesome.
And Bob, you're going to put it up on your
Yeah,
end.
oh, absolutely. Yeah, did a little bit
Yeah.
of Facebook Live here, and
And we did some streaming here this morning. Brian, he's been on top of it. Bob's been on one side. Oh wow, I feel I'm honored to have you guys here. I'm
Well, we're
very
honored to
happy-
be here. We
I'm
appreciate
happy
the
to have you
opportunity.
Yes, we
guys
do.
here, and I wish you the best of everything because a band back in the day that everybody up around here, you're a legend here in this area to be sure. And I'm sure there, I already had one phone call this morning. Somebody, you're joking, you're kidding, Poison Whiskey? Yes.
Yeah, we're big in Japan too.
Oh, are you? Have you ever gone overseas?
I've gone overseas not to play music.
Okay. What's the farthest? Where's the farthest you played? Outside
Key West, Florida.
Key. Oh,
Sloppy
yeah.
Joe's.
there you go.
There
There you
those stories can be
Oh,
published
that's,
at this
that's
time.
stories. That's another time.
Well, guys, thanks so much
Come out
for
and see us.
being here.
We'll tell you the whole
bet.
story about Key West.
All right. So 23rd, you're kicking it off again at the Coon Club from 6 until 11. They're going to open the doors at 4 to let you all in. Only a $10 admission with Beg to Differ also there. Boy, Beg to Differ is going to be very busy too. Of course, a little bit of extra bucks never hurts. Right? Right. Guys, thanks so much. Brad Blizzard, Ron Loomis over there. And Ron, or Brad, you were playing a thing that looked like a suitcase I used to have.
Yes. What's that called, Bob?
that's a tabletop cajon from Meinl.
Yes. And Bob was
a tabletop, a what?
Cajon.
Cahoon?
You gotta have cajones to play it.
I was gonna say there's some great one-liners in there somewhere.
And Bob brought that for me to play today.
you're not buying that?
I thank you, Bob. Well, I don't know.
That was a
We have a request.
yeah,
Should
sure.
we take a sticker off?
We got a request for one more song. We got time to
we
do
do.
one.
Yo, you bet you've got time to do one more. So let's rock out with Poison Whiskey. Guys, thanks so much.
Call me the breeze. I can go down. Well, now they call
Oh, oh, yeah. Ah, yeah. Poison whiskey. Gentlemen, thank you so very much. John Giorrini, Ron Loomis, Brad Blizzard over here, Tim Ruck over there, and Larry Brantley. And guys, Bob, I tell you, it's a good thing. It's a beautiful thing.
All right.
It's coffee with coffee every Friday.
It's whiskey with
Hey,
coffee.
thanks for inviting us, guys.
Thank you
We
very much.
appreciate that.
Guys, I'll tell you, thank you all so very much, gentlemen.
Don't forget about tonight at 7 p.m. at Coffee Music. Michelangelo Badio.
Yeah, there you go. Gentlemen, thank you so very much for being with
Thank
me.
you, boys.
Man, this is great.
Awesome.
Oh, you bet it
Thank you
is.
for